Thanks for staying with us here on Joy News Prime. There's a looming water shortage in a current part of the central region as encroachers take over the green belt protecting the Wejia Lake and the Wejia water treatment plant. The Ghana Water Company Limited had earlier said the increasing human activities in the buffer zone of the lake, including the illegal sand mining and development of estates, were threatening its ability to treat the water. It took a visit by the Sanitation and Water Resources Minister, Cecilia Abnadapa, to stop the illegal sand mining activities. But the encroachments persist and the water source for millions of people is at stake now. Manuel Cranton visited the area for this week's edition of Joy in My Community and our report.
So the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, the Honorable Cecilia Abnadapa, led a task force right around here to stop what turned out to be illegal sand winning just along the buffer zone of the Wejia water treatment plant. Well, just months on, the destruction that had been caused by these illegal miners is still reeling and impacting the environment. What's more, encroachment on the buffer just along the Wejia River also continues in earnest. Mr. Moses, Moses is one of the residents just around here, going to talk to us about the situation.
Like 10 years.
10 years. Main town down. Okay. Okay, so when I knew about Naboy, I mean, if you are being not called Chote. Say no to Mina Cafe. I came out tuning, men with Jumanaka.
Flow concrete.
Okay, went you. About flow went you. Okay, okay. Ne telling better night.
Oh, na chagavo.
Okay. Na acha gravel in your BNA. Okay. Okay. It would need a child back na cha cafe. Tell fit then Bobana.
Oh, I can tell ya, I'm a geotime.
The MC for Wejia, Patrick Kumo, has been reacting to this development. He says a task force will be dispatched to earmark the illegal buildings for demolition.
I mean, this issue has been there for decades.
Exactly why I'm surprised you're saying you want to listen to Ghana Water Company.
No, it's been there. I'm talking about encroachment. It has been for decades.
Yeah.
Ghana Water at some point moved in for demolition, and same people have come in there again. I have also moved in for some demolition some years back, but then now they are moving a bit closer to the.
Are we going to move into areas, of course, encroaching a buffer zone, a Ramsar site, and all of that? Those must be criminal. Are we looking at arresting, prosecuting? Because if demolition has not worked, I mean, you've just said that demolition has been done once, twice. It doesn't seem to have solved the problem.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. We are now being pushed to the point where certain individuals will have to be picked up to face the law. All right, and I think when that clarification is made between the Ghana Water and the STU, then of course we know where we are taking it from. If you look at the entire Wejia area, most of the areas that have been encroached on with extension of electricity and power falls under the Ghana Water enclave.
Let's bring in the communications manager for the Ghana Water Company Limited, Stanley Mate, for more on this. Thank you, Mr. Mate, for joining us. I know that you do some monitoring around this area. In fact, you're very familiar with it. But has this new development of encroachment come to your attention? Mr. Mate, you have to unmute your device so we can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. Yeah, we are aware of the situation and we are working with the District Assembly to enable us to stop the encroachment in that area. You know, it is not within our purview to stop people from developing areas that they have to, or where they are developing. So it is a mandate of the district assembly. So we can only liaise with them and have them stop the development in that area. So we are in touch with them, and we hope that they'll see the seriousness of what we are talking about, and then ensure that the development in that area will have to cease.
So Patrick Kumar, who is the MC, spoke to my colleague Manuel Cranton and says that they are moving in to earmark those areas for demolition. Once you say you are dealing with them, you're working with them, is this something you are aware of? Do you know of timelines and what your role will be post the demolition, for instance?
Yeah, that is the information they have given us, that they are going to move in and to stop the encroachment. So we are waiting on them. And like I said, we don't have the mandate. It is not within our jurisdiction to be demolishing unauthorized structures. It is for district assembly, so we can only liaise with them so they put an end to it. And we hope that this time we'll see some serious action. So we are hoping, and we keep reminding them every time. So hearing the municipal chief executive, we have some assurance now that we'll see some action within the very near future.
But Mr. Mate, explain to us, what is the real implication of this situation on your operations?
Okay, so now they are removing almost the vegetation around that area that is supposed to give the river body some cover. So they're cutting down the trees, and then with a little grass that will stop soil erosion from silting the river body are also being exposed. So anytime there are rains, it will just wash off the topsoil, and then it will silt the river body. So you may see the surface and see water, but the depth will be very low, such that anytime we have severe sunshine, then we could see some fast evaporation of the river body. So we may not have the volumes that we may expect. We may not have the volumes that may be adequate for us to treat throughout the year. So it's quite a dangerous situation. Apart from that, if we have to allow those structures to be completed and for people to move in, there's a likelihood that they are all going to divert their waste, their sewage and waste into the river body, and then that will pollute the river body the more, which means that we may have to use more chemicals to enable us treat the water. Then it makes cost of production very high. We have been very serious about for the pollution of our river bodies, and this shouldn't add up to our woes currently.
Mr. Martin, thank you very much for joining us here on Joy News Prime. He is the communications manager for the Ghana Water Company Limited.